Hello, hello. Welcome to the Paradigm Oracle. Today I wanted to deliver a message from your higher self. So that is the reading for today. Pretty straightforward. Um, so I have three piles here. For pile one, we have the selenite tower, and all of these are selenite, by the way. For pile two, we have a selenite chunk. And then for pile three, we have more of a rough selenite chunk here. So meditate on the piles you feel drawn to. If you feel drawn to more than one, feel free to watch as many of the readings as you would like. And I will see you at your pile. Bye. Okay, if you chose pile one or this selenite tower, this reading is for you. We'll just put this here. We're actually going to be saving this card for later, so we will also put that to the side. And let's just go in and see what your higher self has to tell you. Higher self of pile one. What message do you have written? Higher self of pile one. Higher self of pile one. Wow, these cards are coming out really quickly. Higher self of pile one. Should I do 4 cards? Yeah, let's just start with 4 cards. So what your higher self is coming through is saying, I'm really hearing the choice is yours. There's this energy coming through of maybe getting stuck because something was lost, but your higher self is coming through saying, like, you have to look at what it is that you want and what comes along with that. I just keep hearing like the choice is yours, the choice is yours. There's something that you want, and in order to receive that, you have to release something. You have to remove something from your life. You have to let something go. Your higher self is coming through saying, if you don't want to release it, it's your choice to not release it. But understand, whatever it is you're trying to manifest and bring into your life, you cannot have both. You cannot hold on to what it is that you need to release to manifest what you want. Either you're going to have to release the want and desire to manifest whatever it is that you're trying to manifest if you want to hold on to what you're holding on right now. And again, your higher self keeps coming through saying the choice is yours. They understand that the execution isn't easy, but they're saying your choice is easy, if that makes sense. And they keep coming through saying, your higher self is saying, like, if you want it, you have to let this other thing go. It is just as simple as that. And they're bringing me to like the unevenness of like certain parts of these cards. So the 4 of crystals is like very even, right? The 5 of diamonds is an odd number. The 7 of cups is an odd number. Although this is the 8 of cups, the way the cups are proportioned, there are odd number of cups. So this is not like an even number of cups, if that makes sense. That's just how it's coming through. So it's just saying, like, either you have to get comfortable in the state of things being an odd energy, or you can release those odd oddities, it's coming through, um, for something more balanced. But inevitably, it is your choice. I'm going to actually I'm going to pull some clarifier cards as well, just in case there are some additional messages with each of these cards as well. But the message coming through is really simple to me from your higher self. It is constantly repeating the choice is yours. If you want it, you can have it, but you're going to have to release something. Can you clarify the Five of Diamonds, please? Can you clarify the Four of Crystals, please? Can you clarify the Four of Crystals? Can you clarify the Seven of Cups, please? Can you clarify the Seven of Cups, please? Can you clarify the Eight of Cups, please? So, I'm just going to go straight to the Lovers here. This does feel like it is regarding a relationship, a connection. Your higher self is showing me that your spirit team is really trying to work with you to get what you want. But it's like you're stuck in a page energy right now. You're stuck in a page energy. And that's so interesting. It's the Page of Chalice right next to the Knight of Chalices. So it's like you can be in this page energy if you want, but you could also upgrade to the status of a knight with what you're trying to manifest. Oh, yeah, this definitely feels like a relationship that you're trying to manifest into your life. I think it's ironic that in both of these cards here, there's an apple. There's an apple on the tree, and then this apple is upside down. So, with the state you're in right now, not releasing what it is that you want, this apple is about to fall out of the cup. Simple as that. Your higher self is saying, like, you can turn the cup around. It could still be yours, but it's inevitably your choice. You have to choose to walk away and see where that journey is taking you. Inevitably, it is going to take you to what you want when you walk away. But that familiarity that you had from the past of what you're releasing and what you need to let go, that is simply not going to remain there because it no longer serves you on this new journey. So again, inevitably your higher self is coming through saying the choice is yours. You can very well be in that page energy. You can very well be there. But with the Five of Diamonds coming out, it's obvious if you choose this path that you will have a longing for what would have been on the other side if you manifested and chose the path that you want to go down, the path that you're trying to manifest now. You will wonder what would have been on that path. With the Eight of Cups here, it does feel like there is some fear of leaving because it's uncomfortable. Like the Eight of Cups never, at least for me personally, it's not a comfortable energy. It's definitely not a comfortable energy, but that being said, um, on the other side, it will be comfortable eventually. I cannot say that it would be comfortable right away because, to be honest, if you're going theoretically from a page, let's say like you're literally a page, there's a lot of work that it would take to become a knight. These are different roles. A knight is someone who is more physical. There's a lot more physical responsibility if you compare that role and position to that of a page. So you will need to work some muscles to get to this point. But inevitably, it's what you want. Like this is the cup you're choosing. You want to choose the cup with the apple in it. But right now you don't even have a cup. Like if we look at this one, this is the Page of Chalices. She doesn't even have a cup. Here he has a cup that could be filled. So inevitably, again, your higher self is saying it is up to you what you choose to do. Be mindful of your reasonings for choosing or not choosing certain paths. But also take into account with the choice that you are currently living with right now. Are you comfortable in that space? And if you're not comfortable in that space, is it better to move on in search of a space that does bring you more comfort? Okay, so that is the reading for the tarot cards. I'm going to pull 2 more oracles before we flip this one over. And these will just be the final message from your higher self. So higher self of pile 1. Can I get a card of guidance for pile 1? Thank you. And that was actually not the deck I wanted to pull first, but that's okay. Higher self of pile 1. Final messages for pile 1, please. Actually, let's just start with these before we move on to that one. So first we have the breathing rose, heart healing, emotions, connection, time, eases. Next, we have protection, call back your power, cut the cord, soul retrieval. And I think this goes back to that 5 of diamonds. You may need to cut the cord to whatever is keeping you there if you're not comfortable in that space. I'm getting this energy of like you need to remember who you are, why you're here, what you're doing here, what you're meant to learn. Because it feels like maybe a person, a place, or a thing is keeping you bound because of the past. And again, that may not be the intention of this person, place, or thing to do that, but that's just the energy that you're at right now. So there's a need to release release whatever that hold is, look into what that hold is, see where it is hooking you so you can unhook it, so you can move on. If that is what you choose and what you think is best for you. And maybe with this, the breathing rose, heart healing, emotions, connection, time eases. I think understanding that it will not be an overnight process, but with time, each day you'll feel better and better and better about your decision, especially when it means it's moving you to a place where you're happy, healthy, and whole. Right now, it's like your higher self is showing me like there's a crack in who you are, a crack in your foundation, a crack in your spirit, a crack in your heart. And there's some healing that needs to be done there, because you're holding on tightly to something that it feels as if doesn't truly make you happy. Okay, and I'm just gonna put these over here, and let's just put this last card. So this will be your final guidance. Number 21, Great Awakening. Walk in your truth, stand firm in your light. How can you trust yourself more? And the number 3 could be significant to you, since 2 and 1 reduced to 3. So maybe there is something that you need to create. There's this message coming through that you need to write more, you need to journal more. You need to release more of what you're feeling about the situation, and maybe if you're looking down and reading it and really seeing it for what it is, instead of just internalizing everything and keeping everything on the inside, that will help you move towards what you're trying to manifest. And some of you may be trying to not manifest a relationship, but just manifest freedom, because that is coming through as well. But something is holding you back. And it's like your higher self is showing me like this is all yours to explore, but like you're kind of stuck in this area because of safety, because of comfort. Your higher self is really calling you to be more honest about the situation, to be more honest about how you feel, not just about the situation, about a multitude of things. Seems like there's spaces and places and people and things that you experience, but you don't allow yourself to fully acknowledge how you feel about these people or these places or these things. It's almost like you think that you'll be a bad person if you acknowledge these things, and at the end of the day, it's your higher self is just simply saying some of these spaces, places, and things just don't serve you, right? You've gained the knowledge that you needed to gain being around these situations, these people, these places, and now it's time to move on. Make space for the people who are more aligned with those spaces, places, and things and people, And your higher self is coming through saying also that like you got this, and your spirit team has got this for you. They're fully supporting you choosing what is best for you. And they know the space that you're in right now is simply not that. And they want you to acknowledge that, and they want you to move towards something that is. something, someone, someplace that is. So that was the message from your higher self. I hope it gave you some guidance. I want to thank your higher self for coming through and helping to facilitate this message. Yeah. So if you want to like the video, feel free to do so. If you want to subscribe, feel free to do so. If you'd like to leave a comment down below, go right ahead. I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you have a great day or night whenever you're watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. If you chose this nice piece of selenite quartz, this is your reading. Whew. So, this card we're actually going to save for the end, so I'm going to put that over there, and we're going to start with some tarot. So let's see what messages your higher self has for you. Higher self of pile 2. What message do you have for them? Higher self of pile 2. What message do you have for them? Oops. Now I can't remember if I chose that many cards for the last pile. I don't think I chose 5 cards, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna go with it. So let's see what your higher self has for you. Okay. So I just recorded a reading. So I don't know if I'm going to post this reading or the other reading first, but I'm going to post a reading on what makes you beautiful. And that reading was inspired by the Queen Herbie song Beautiful. So I would recommend you A, listen to that song, and B, if that reading is posted already or if it has not been posted, keep a lookout for that reading, because I think there are some messages for you there. It just feels like some things have been lost, and also because of okay, so let's start with this. Since that song came through, it's definitely feeling like your higher self is trying to tell you like that you are a beautiful person inside and out. It feels like you could have lost some people in your life, and not necessarily saying that they passed on, which could be the case for some of you, but this really feels more like a group of friends or a friend. You lost them in your life, and now you feel a bit alone. For some of you, I could see like maybe one of the friends still talks to you, or somebody from the friend group may still talk to you, but you still feel like you still feel alone, basically. Let's just say that. Now some of these friends that you lost, they could have been harmful for you. They could have been talking about you behind your back. They could have been taking advantage of you. Your higher self is really coming through saying like they really didn't deserve to be friends with you. Like you didn't deserve like some of the stuff that they put you through. And for some of you, it is coming through like something you did cause the friendship to end, which you would be separate from those that say that your higher self is coming through saying like they didn't deserve to be friends with you, but there is this energy coming through of your higher self saying like don't get caught up in on spilled milk. Don't get caught up in it. Don't get consumed by it. Don't let it hinder you moving forward. They really are saying like get a hold of how you're allowing your emotions to take over you. Um, there is this need for you to, of course, acknowledge, deal with those emotions, but use them as fuel to move forward. It feels like there's something you said that feels feels as if it wasn't good enough, or you feel like it wasn't good enough, or maybe you feel like you lost your voice. Yeah, it's feeling like you lost yourself in the crowd. That's what your higher self is saying. Um, and now that the crowd is gone, you kind of feel very lonely and you don't feel as supported. But it's almost like, so your higher self is really pointing me to this and this. So they want you to see like how powerful you yourself, the things that you have to say are important. For some of you, like that, the friends or the connection that was lost, it made you feel like you weren't powerful by yourself. But your higher self is really trying to reiterate that you are a very strong, powerful person. Like your voice matters, what you have to say matters. And that's partly why these people needed to be removed from your life, because they were taking up so much of your energy, so much of your voice, where it's like you kind of got lost in understanding and knowing who you were. And it's almost like you got swept away with the wave. Yeah, you got swept away in the wave of all of these people and what they were doing and where they were going. And you were slowly losing your identity, is what's coming through. So your higher self is saying like these people needed to be removed because who you are and your identity is important for your journey and why you're incarnated here and what you're meant to do here. And you can't be consumed living your life trying to be like all of these other people. Yeah. So I'm going to pull some clarifier for these cards as well, just to see if I have, if there's any additional information that needs to come through. Okay, higher self of pile 2. Can you clarify the 5 of cups, please? Can you clarify the 5 of cups? The Page of Swords, and then the 7 of Swords. And then we have the Hermit again here to clarify the 5 of Cups, which is confirming again what your higher self is saying. Like, you losing these people is supposed to set you out on this journey of finding yourself again. Um, this 3 of Swords to 2. Again, this to me is your higher self confirming like you need to have a control on your emotions. and not be so consumed about how they hurt you. Not to say that you shouldn't acknowledge that they hurt you and what they did, but don't let it be a weight. Don't let it be, your higher self is bringing me to this cup. So here, this cup is not weighing him down, but it's almost like for you, it would be like a really huge chalice that would be weighing you down, and it would be too difficult for you to walk. So it's almost like your higher self is saying, like, just use it as a puzzle piece in the puzzle. Don't allow it to be so consuming with your energy that you're not able to move forward. So with the King of Coins, clarifying the Hermit. This journey is going to show you your higher self is like how magical you are, how wonderful you are. So I'm also getting this, and I haven't watched this movie in forever. Alice in Wonderland. I don't know if that's significant for you, but I would recommend watching that video because that's like a message that's coming through. A little side note for those, but please watch Alice in Wonderland. I'm also hearing like Peter Rabbit, like all of these rabbit things. Which ironically, it is the year of the rabbit, the Chinese year of the rabbit. So this, if you could be born in the year of the rabbit, but something that's coming through is that, yeah, this is a very significant year, in your soul contract, and maybe if you got, I'm not sure if you've gotten like a past life reading or an Akashic record reading, or even astrology is coming through, like a solar return reading or something. But there's something very significant that was supposed to happen in this year, this being a part of it. So there's just energy of like this was supposed to happen at this time. So yeah, I'm hearing like crap hits the fan. This was the year that the crap was supposed to hit the fan. And the Tower, clarifying the Page of Swords, it's really giving me that you were like, at one point you were in King energy, maybe not King of Cups energy, but like it feels more of like King of Swords energy, to be honest. But like this whole situation really like threw a wrench, and it took you from like the King of Swords energy, which I feel like with you losing yourself, you had already started to lose that King of Swords energy. Okay. So your higher self is coming through saying like, when you got swept up with all of this stuff, you went to the Page of Swords energy. So you just fell from like the King of Swords energy to the Page of Swords energy, right? So it's like now you're recognizing it, now that these people are gone. It's like the tower has fallen, like you're like, oh my gosh, what has happened? Like, I didn't used to be like this. I didn't used to think these things. I didn't used to feel this way, and now I'm feeling like I lost everything. Like I don't know who I am. So, yeah. So, again, with the Four of Chalices, clarifying the Seven of Swords, it's like you're really in your head right now about like what to do, where to go. And again, it just feels like your higher self is coming through saying like, yes, it was a lot, and they understand that it was overwhelming. It is still overwhelming. Um, but again, don't let this one experience with these people weigh you down and keep you off of the path, the reason that you incarnated here. I'm hearing like over and over again, enlightenment, enlightenment, enlightenment. This is about you finding yourself again and living in your truth, the truth of who you are, the truth of what you're supposed to be or who you want to be, the truth of accomplishing the things that you want to accomplish. Because like also like your higher self is bringing me back to this King of Coins, and it feels as if like these people also, and maybe this is not for all of you, but these people also got in the way of like your money, your financial abundance. I feel like there are opportunities that were presented to you or were going to be presented to you, and they got in the way of it. For some of them, they got in the way of it to the point where you never even knew they existed, like these opportunities existed. um some of them may have like talked to someone who wanted to talk to you about doing something or working on something, and they got in that person's head, or they told them like you wouldn't be the best fit, something like that. And I guess those alarms are confirmation. I don't know if it's coming through on the mic, but there's like fire alarms going off or smoke alarms going off. So, yeah. But some of these people got in the way of like your money, of like projects, of job opportunities, things that could have really increased your abundance. And like some of these you don't even know about, and some of these are the reasons why you ended up falling out with these people, because you did find out about this. Yeah. So that's all I'm getting for the tarot. So let's get into the oracle cards, and these will be your final message from your higher self. Okay. Higher self of pile 2. What guidance you have with them? And I'm hearing, actually, I'll say it after this. Higher self of pile 2. What guidance do you have with them? Okay, so I'm hearing the song Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to mention that before I get into the cards. So we have Dance with Life, do something to change your energy. And then the Sun, joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, play. Moving your body would be very helpful if you're interested in dancing, and it doesn't even have to be professional. It could literally be in your room. Just turning on some music and just dancing however you want, or on YouTube they have a lot of K-pop covers, if you want to learn like dance routines and stuff like that. Um, I think moving your body in some way will help you. I also keep getting this image specifically of dancing in the sun. So if you're fine with that, if you're comfortable with that, do that. Um, there's something about like the sun hitting your skin. So for some of you, it may just also be walking outside, going outside and walking and letting the sun hit your skin. Make sure to wear sunscreen as well. But yeah, focusing on movement, focusing on moving your body is so important for you, because it'll help your mind stay focused on something. Like when you start to feel that energy start to weigh you down, your body needs to move so it can like get rid of it or help you work through it. And maybe also, like I said, walking and letting the sun hit your skin. That's a way for your higher self, your spirit team, to reach out to you to give you some downloads to help you work through a lot of that energy that has bogged you down from these old relationships. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go to this card. This will be your final message from your higher self. And we have the number 41. Gratitude is the life force of peace. What are you thankful for? And that also, I wanted, because I did this in pile 1, I want to mention 41 or the number 5 could be significant for you. Also, before I go into this, your higher self is also kind of coming through saying like you've gotten further than you think as far as healing from this. You may just be having a bit of a setback right now, but you've progressed as far as healing through this further than you have an expectation that you have, if that makes sense. I hope I said that correctly. But I think your perception of how far you've progressed in your healing journey is not as far as you've actually healed. It's the your higher self is saying like you've actually learned, progressed, transmuted a lot of that energy further than you perceived in your head. So you've gotten further than you know or you understand. But that being said, another thing that they're saying that could help guide you through healing through this is having gratitude for the things that you do have in life. Again, having mobility, being able to dance, having free time to do what you want instead of being bogged down by what they want to do and what they think is appropriate. Now you have the freedom to do what feels right for you. So being thankful for that freedom, being thankful for now having space open for people who are more aligned to come into your life. If you are still friends with maybe like that one friend that I picked up at the beginning of the reading, being thankful that that person is genuine, is more genuine compared to the people that took advantage of you or talked about you or tried to pull you down. So that is an important part of this healing process, is being thankful for what you have and what you gained after they left your life. So that was a message from your higher self. I hope that gave you the guidance you needed, and I want to thank your higher self for coming through and helping me facilitate these messages for you as well. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you'd like to subscribe, feel free to do so. If you want to comment down below, go right ahead. Yeah, I hope you have a great day or night whenever you're watching, and I hope to see you next time in my next video. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you chose this rough selenite quartz, this is your reading. So with this card, I'm actually saving it for the end, and we're actually starting with tarot. So let's just go ahead and get into what your higher self, what guidance they have for you. Higher self pile 3, what guidance do you have for pile 3? Higher self of pile 3, what guidance do you have for pile 3? What guidance do you have? I feel like this wants to come out. What guidance do you have for pile 3? What guidance do you have for pile 3? Oops. You want to come out. What guidance do you have for pile 3? Thank you. Something, and I cannot remember the lyrics of this song, but I think Price Tag by Jessie J may be significant for you. Your higher self is kind of coming through saying, like, just pay attention to your perspective about the things that you want and why you desire them, and how they affect you when they come into your life. Now I'm hearing this song. What is the name of that song? It's by Dua Lipa. Something. Is it Blow Your Mind? It's the part where she's like, if you don't like the way. But that's the only part I'm like picking up. If you don't like the way something, then why am I on your mind? So it's a lot coming through, but then like it's just bits and pieces. None of it is like it's just a little bit of everything. So I'm going to try to channel this message the best that I can. I'm also going to pull some clarifiers as well, but there's kind of like this energy coming through, right, of you having like financial abundance, you having physical abundance, I guess we could say, like you being very beautiful, being able to use your beauty, your physical looks to your advantage, being able to use your financial wealth to your advantage. It feels like your higher self is coming through saying like you have been gifted with a lot of things and or will be gifted with more if you haven't received some of these things. And they're coming through saying you have to always check in with yourself, like stop and check in with yourself to see how you are utilizing these things and if these are aligned with your wellness, your spiritual wellness. Because it can get to a point where it can trap you in this mindset of causing more harm to others and more harm to yourself. So I'm also kind of getting this energy of like needing to have a gratitude for everything that you have received and always stay in that mindset of that gratitude, because it can easily flip to arrogance, and your higher self wants to avoid that. Wants you to avoid that, understanding that even if you have more I don't know, more physical beauty or more financial wealth than others, that doesn't make you better than others. And your higher self is wanting to avoid that in the future. It feels as if like there's something that may have occurred, or something that's about to happen that can cause you to step over into that energy of arrogance. And your higher self wants to ensure that you stay in a balanced state, and that you're mindful of the things you say and the things you do. And well, I guess that notification was confirmation, but they want you to kind of be mindful of your intentions, because it can cause you to be in a very toxic trap. And because you're so deep into it, you may not even see like the other person who you're harming's perspective, because you've gotten in a place where you're so elevated, where you look at them as like beneath you, and your higher self is really wanting to avoid that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the clarifying cards right now. Whew. So anyway, let's get into clarifying cards, yes. Okay, higher self of pile 3. Can you please clarify the 4 cups? Can you please clarify the 4 cups? We have the Knight of Swords, the Page of Wands, the 7 of Chalices, and then the 9 of Swords. How ironic. How ironic that the 9 of Swords clarifies the 8 of Swords. Okay, so let's start with the 4 of Cups, clarified by the Knight of Swords. To me, this is saying like you have the capability to control your thoughts and how they lead you and where they take you. And I kind of just want to jump to the Page of Wands to the clarify the 10 of Diamonds. This feels again like this is just the beginning where you're at right now. You are just at the beginning. of your abundance arc. I will just simply call it that because your abundance arc. Um, and your higher self is coming through to say, like, this is just the beginning. You have not leveled up to where you will level up yet. And you feel like you're very close, but your higher self is coming through saying, like, oh, you're close to what you think you're close to, but there's so much more after that. So, like, this part here is just your higher self is telling you, like, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. And your choices are going to play a big part in where it will lead you. Because again, if you're not mindful of the things that you receive, the abundance you receive, however it may come to you, it could be financially, looks, however, whatever. If you're not careful with the choices that you make after receiving those, it could really put you into a harmful energy. And inevitably, the person I'm seeing harmed the most is yourself. But it will also harm other people's. But inevitably, it's going to harm you the most if you aren't mindful with how you treat other people, how you treat yourself, how you think of other people. After you've received certain gifts, abundance, whatever you want to call it or whatever it is, your higher self really wants you to be mindful. I'm just being brought to the mind and how you're thinking. Like what thoughts, maybe there's some inclinations, something you're thinking that you're wondering if you should put that in check. Your higher self is saying yes. Like there's something about a perspective that you need to check, to look into. And for some of you, you might actually be getting like certain dreams, and it's your higher self, your spirit team trying to have you work through some of these narratives, because they know what's coming, but they know if you're not mentally in a place, a certain space and place to handle what you're about to receive, it could cause you more harm. And then, like, I just see you, like, once you're receiving it, you have all of this stuff, but it's like you can't sleep at night because there's something that's still gnawing at you. So there's something like, and it could also very well be your relationship with abundance in general that you may need to look into. Maybe something in childhood, something having to do with material things, material wealth, with physical beauty that needs to be looked at. Because if it's not handled right now, it could cause issues down the road. It could cause harmful issues. And like, there's certain things that your higher self is showing me, but I don't know if I could really talk about it here. Now, I'm not a medical professional. What I will say is some of these things I would definitely recommend that if you have the means to go to therapy, you do that. You see a medical professional to help you through some of these issues. Some of these, I will just simply say, like, unhealthy eating habits for some of you. You need to see a medical professional to help you work through that. For some of you, I definitely I would recommend therapy in general, but like there is something, especially having to do with childhood and with money, with food, that needs to be healed, that needs to be talked through. Yeah. So, that is it for the tarot. We're going to go ahead and start pulling the oracle cards, and these will be your final messages. Okay. Higher self of pile 3. What final guidance do you have for pile 3? If you are drawn to another pile, please watch that pile. Only if you are drawn to it. Final card for pile 3. Actually, I feel like, you know what? I'm going to get extra cards for you. I feel like there's one more card that wanted to come out. And it's so funny, when I was shuffling the cards between the piles, before I started your pile, I saw a blue card and I was like, I feel like a blue card needs to come out. So I think this is the blue card. So first we have Dance with Life. Do something to change your energy. We have No, Wait, Postpone, Pause, Say No. Temple of the Rose, Ancient Power, Expression, Activation, Scarlet Clothes. And then the Mystic Rose, Compassion, Devotion, Humility, Humanity, and Grace. I'm going to go back to this one with the humility, which I feel like is really coming through in your reading. Your higher self is really wanting you to focus on humility, the more that you gain, so that you don't lose yourself. They don't want you to forget the person that wanted to achieve, not the person, specifically the child that wanted to achieve the things that you will achieve. And there's a need for you to always remain grounded in that space and know that you were always that child, although you're most likely an adult now, or you will be an adult when you receive these gifts from the universe. They still want you to remember and never forget that that is who you used to be. So when you see other people who may not have gained what you have gained, you can approach them with compassion and understanding. And there's something about when you gain these bits of abundance, however that abundance may come through, it is actually going to trigger and activate a lot of changes in other people that are going to help them overcome their issues with abundance. And that's why it's important, if you're able to, again, see a therapist and work through a lot of your issues with abundance, your trauma surrounding abundance. That will help people even more, because you'll be able to know how to express to others how to overcome what you've overcome. But with this no card, I'm getting that your higher self doesn't want you to rush. There's no need to rush. The only thing they really want you to truly focus on now is healing that abundance, or that your relationship with abundance, healing relationship with, I'm also hearing your body, working on healing that. That's the only thing you need to focus on. Don't rush to heal it. Just simply work through and take the time to heal it. And I think that's why this Dance with Life card came out, because there's a need for you to feel comfortable in your own skin. And for some of you, that may come through dance. For some of you, like they're showing me, like looking at yourself in the mirror, without anything on it to cover it, and just seeing yourself purely as you are, and learning to love yourself as you are, and understand that there's beauty in yourself, even if you don't look like, I don't know, someone who you think is like the most beautiful or whatever. That doesn't mean that you're not beautiful as well. So let's go ahead and flip this card over. This will be the final message from your higher self. So we have the number 12. Your tribe can't show up until you do. How can you show more of the real you? So this is card number 12. The number 12 could be significant to you, as well as the number 3. So for some of you, you are wanting to manifest people to join you on this journey. And that could be another reason why you need to check how you talk to other people, how you relate to other people, having humility and things like that. That is very important, so you are able to connect with the people that are meant to join you on this journey. But right now, again, the main focus is for you to heal you, because a lot of the people that need to come into your life, they won't be able to come until you are in a certain headspace, because if they were to come into your life now, given the lessons that you need to learn, they need to learn, you guys simply energetically would not be aligned. And your higher self is saying, like, they are on a journey to heal themselves as well, just like you. So it is important that you focus on healing yourself, healing any old wounds, trauma regarding your past, regarding abundance, regarding your childhood, regarding your body. Your higher self wants you to focus on healing and working through that for yourself now. So that is basically the message that came through for you today. I want to thank your higher self for coming through and helping me facilitate these messages. I want to thank you for coming by and watching the video. Hopefully it gave you some guidance that you need. If you'd like to like the video, subscribe, feel free to do so. If you would like to comment down below, go right ahead. Thank you so much for watching the video again, and I hope you have a great day or night whenever you're watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.